Hello everybody, Extrasify here. Welcome back to another gold making video. Now today's video is going to be about the topic, what is my game plan personally for when the War Within drops, and how I have a plan that I believe is quite simple to follow along, and I know that it will make me millions and millions of gold in the beginning of the War Within. As the last few expansions, I've done it the same way, and every single expansion I make well over a couple million gold in the first month of the new expansion. I'm super looking forward to this new expansion. It's always so much fun when it's the beginning of the expansion, as prices are volatile, farms are absolutely insane, and overall everyone is just making a great sum of gold. So with that being said, let's get into my game plan and some personal tips for you guys to go into the War Within to make millions of gold along with me. First thing I will be doing is leveling my dual gathering druid, obviously mining and herbalism, and I will just be legit non-stop farming all the new materials, basically going as hard as possible, as much time as possible as I can, besides making videos for you guys, of course, especially when the War Within drops, so make sure you're subscribed and stick around for that. But yeah, the number one and main thing to do is to go ahead and get your gathering going. Prices are absolutely insane at the beginning of the expansion, obviously, and I remember the past few expansions I really ramped up in like Battle for Azeroth, the gathering. I remember going all around Tierguard Sound, just getting so many materials, making like 200,000 gold an hour. It was absolutely crazy the first few days. So much fun seeing those prices, and yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to be targeting first. I will be going on the beta pretty soon and just checking out some of the stuff that the War Within has to offer. So I might have some routes that I think are pretty good coming in the near future, so also make sure to stay tuned for that. But yeah, definitely the number one thing I'm going to be doing, and what basically the majority of my free time will be, consists of going around and gathering in the new expansion, as you literally cannot fail doing that. It's so profitable, and it's by far the best time of the entire expansion to be going and doing those farms, so it has to be the main thing to make tons and tons of gold. Nextly, I want to talk about the next main thing I'll be doing, which is currently storing up tons and tons of gold that I will dump into leveling some professions, obviously with the idea of crafting and selling items for a profit. Now everyone knows at the beginning of an expansion, leveling a profession is quite costly, but in my opinion, some of the main professions like tailoring, leatherworking, blacksmithing, alchemy, professions like those that do cost a lot in the beginning are actually very, very useful, and once you have them leveled up, you can make an absolute ton of gold with those. So those are the 4 professions that I will be targeting once prices have settled a bit more, so probably about a few weeks into the expansion or maybe a month or so, I'll switch from only farming and selling the raw materials to farming and using the materials to level professions. Or if I really need to level professions urgently, I'll just straight up buy the materials. It's quite an investment, but it's obviously an investment that will very much so pay off, as in the beginning of an expansion, professions are absolutely crazy. So I'm so excited to dive into all of those professions as well. And honestly, God, I just can't wait for the new expansion. Seriously. Real quickly, just want to give a thank you to Goldcap.com, my new affiliate partner. Basically, this website has all things gold making for all versions of WoW, whether it's retail, Season of Discovery, or even Classic Era. Clicking the link in the description or in the pinned comment will take you to this page here, and guides for all versions of the game, like I said. If you want full access to all the in-depth guides for this website, go ahead and become a member today. It's only $9.99 a month and $100 per year. There's also a Goldcap Discord where you can get in contact with some great gold goblins that love to help. This community is always super friendly and loves to help any new or experienced gold makers with some gold making tactics. So with that being said, let's get back into the video. I'll then be shifting my focus to my paladin, which is my main, as Ret Paladin is always so much fun. I will basically just be working on reputation grinds, gearing up as fast as possible, and overall just enjoying the game, as that's the fun of it. I'm very much looking forward to the gold making side of it, but Dragonflight has really reinvigorated my love for PvE content. Been doing a lot of Mythic Pluses and doing some LFG as a casual player, but it's just really fun and enjoyable, as the past few expansions didn't really feel as enjoyable. Dragonflight really reinvigorated that enjoyment for PvE content, whereas before it was like pretty much only playing for gold making. So I'm very excited to see what the War Within has to offer from a PvE standpoint. And obviously, one of the best ways to get reputation, gold, and gearing up is obviously doing Royal Quest. I know they're a bit dull, a bit boring, but seriously, guys, especially with the beginning of an expansion, it is so important to hit the ground running on your main characters, start farming those reputations, getting that gear, progressing. It's definitely a grind, and it will take a while at first. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be something fast and quick, or else everyone would do it. But if you're on your crafting profession characters, make sure to start farming those reputations, as the people that make the most gold with professions are usually the people that don't slack at the very beginning. They put the hard work in early, and it definitely pays off. So make sure to stay on top of that. So yeah, just a quick recap of my plans. Definitely going to be hitting the ground running on my dual gathering druid, leveling through the content, and then dual gathering literally as much as I can, as the prices are the most volatile and crazy then. Do that for the first few weeks while also leveling professions with any extra materials that I don't want to sell. Start putting the work in on my rep paladin as far as farming for reputation, gear, all that stuff, so I can get that stuff up and running and start pumping out the profession gold with that. Now, while my list is a bit generic and pretty straightforward, I'm sure a lot of people could use these tips and inspiration to help with their own plans of the War Within. I'm sure some people aren't really sure what they should do first, whether they should farm gold, invest gold into leveling professions, things like that. On top of that, just make sure you know which characters you want to play. Make sure you have a sort of game plan going into the expansion, or else you will just be lost and kind of fall behind, which is okay if you're a more casual player. But like I said, the very beginning of the expansion is when people literally make millions of gold every single day because of markets and how crazy everything is. So just make sure to stay on top of that if you want big results. Other than that, that's all I got for you in today's video. Make sure to check out goldcap.com for an absolute ton of gold making farms and guides. Link is in the description of this video. With that being said, I hope this video helped you guys sort of plan out your beginning of the War Within. Good luck with your auction house sales. Check out all my other gold making content, and I'll see you guys in the next gold making video.